Hey guys, in the last lecture, we find out that some changes took place in the European history which leads to the development of sociology. And in today's lecture, we will try to find out that what were the events which took place in Europe and which changed the history of Europe lead to the emergence of sociology. So today's discussion will focus only on those four events. So let's start. Yes, modernity and modernization. Modernity is associated with the sweeping changes that took place in the society, particularly social, economic, and cultural changes. Basically, we can say that there were huge changes in socio-economic, political, or cultural structure in the society of Europe, which leads to the development of something new. It's mean a substantial break from the tradition. What is tradition? What was tradition at that time? At that time, religion was dominating the thinking of men. It was the driving force behind the decision of men. Reasoning, logic, questioning was not there. Individuality of a person was not strong enough that he could took the decisions all alone. Collectivity was the driving force at that time. Family was the main unit which will take decision. In today's time, when we talk about the modern times in which we are living right now, we decide our own career choices. Still, we can say Indian society is still much traditional in the comparison of European society, but still changes are taking place in our society also. Our career choices, marriage choice is much influenced by our own opinion. We do questioning. We raise our voice if we find something unusual and not according to our needs. So, something happened which took a substantial break from the traditionality in European history. Basically, modernization is an idea. And if there is an idea, it's not necessary that everyone agree on that particular idea. So among the sociologists, there is no particular one specific definition of modernity. How this concept of modernization emerged? As we know that something different happened in European history. And to explain that something different, to explain that a word was defined as modernity. Okay, this is something which is modern, a substantial break from the past. In European society, there was enlightenment, industrialization, and capitalism. We will try to understand what do you mean by these specific terms like enlightenment, industrialization, and capitalism. But this particular word, modernization, came to explain those changes which were caused by the enlightenment, industrialization, and capitalism. Modernization because an idea, so it also involved the values and norms. Okay, values are something which are not written anywhere. They are preferred. It's like I believe in sharing. It's my nature. It's my value. But norm are something which are written. Like coming to the office at 8:30 is a norm. You are supposed to follow that and it is also written. But touching the feet of the parents and wishing them good morning is not written anywhere. If you even don't do that, you are not going to have any kind of punishment. So modernization is also involved the values and norms. Modernization depends primarily on introduction of technology and knowledge required making use of it. It's mean when we do further study of modernization, so modernization mainly involve new technology and new knowledge about the things. Let's move further. Modernity and modernization Several social political prerequisites have been identified. Yes, to make modernization possible. It's mean if modernization is an idea, then you will find something which represent the modernization. For example, capitalism, free market, optimism, rationality, industrialization, urbanization, education development, development of mass media, accessibility of transport and communication, democratic political institutions, urban and mobile population, nuclear family, in comparison of the extended family, complex division of labor, declining influence of religion, developed market, having absolute knowledge about the science, technology, society, particularly the branches of knowledge, invention of discoveries, innovation, and the idea that gaining knowledge of true self, yani, it's mean identifying yourself. So when we talk about modernization, now all the things we have mentioned like capitalism, free market, optimism, they symbolize the modernization. They were not present in the traditional society. In traditional society, there was not the concept of capitalism. In traditional society, family was the basic unit of production, and production used to happen to fulfill the needs of the family. It was not for selling in the market. There was no surplus market. There was no surplus production to sell in the market. And this rationality and industrialization was not also in the traditional society. Rationality comes when we believe in the individual capacity of a human being. But in traditional society, human being was not in the center point. It was the family, it was the society which was in the center point. Individual was not considered to be strong enough to take some decision. It's mean the overall faith was in the family, in the collectivity, not in individuality. Okay. In traditional society, people used to live in the village areas. There was not urbanization. Why urbanization happened? Because when markets started developing, production happened at a greater level, surplus production to sell in the market, then much more labor required, and which led to the migration from the rural to the urban areas. And when in urban areas there was need of much more space, then urbanization started developing. And accessible transport and communication. When there was migration taking place from rural to urban area, then obviously it was the need transport and communication. I'm sorry, my pet is not happy with something, so that's why he is making some noise. Ignore that. Even I cannot stop him. Democratic political institutions. Democratic, it's mean when we say about democracy, it's mean listening the voice of an individual, listening his opinion, and that happened during that time. Nuclear family, yes, if urbanization taking place, migration taking place, it is not possible to migrate the whole family. They, at that time, feudal system was at its peak, so land was also the source of the production, the source of the income. Then there was a rise of nuclear families, complex division of labor. In industrial society, the labor became more complex, because if we are developing a car, we are making a car, then someone will make its tire, someone will make its iron body, someone will make the design. Though it was become a work of lots of people, not one singular person. When we talk in the agriculture sector, in traditional economy, the work was not so much divided. They used to have some general skills, not the specific skills. Declining influence of religion. Yes, in the traditional society, in the European history, the church used to dominate the decisions, the thinking process of the people. Developed market for the exchange of goods and services in the place of traditional ways of making such needs. As we know, in the traditional society, family was the main unit of production. The search for absolute knowledge. Yes, at that time, the capitalist want to increase the production more and more, to supply more, to gain more profit, and then they were searching for more upgraded technology in every field so that they can make the production process more cheaper and can earn more profit. And this particular idea that human being, an individual, is rational, he is naturally rational, and find out what you want from yourself. It's mean more and more focus on the individuality, that as an individual, who are you, what you want to do, how you want to tap your potential. All these things started at that time. Modernity and social changes in Europe. Emergence of sociology as a scientific discipline is traced to the period of European history which was characterized by tremendous social, political and economic and cultural changes. It's mean in society the changes were not only on the social or political, it's mean economic and cultural changes were also taking place, and the four main events which drastically changed the history of Europe were French Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, Commercial Revolution and the Scientific Revolution. We will go in the deeper detail of French Revolution, Industrial Revolution, Commercial Revolution and Scientific Revolution in the terms of sociology. We are not doing here history. From the sociological perspective, we will try to study all these four events in our further lectures also. These revolutions came up with the idea of profiteering, mass production, new markets, for the desire building the capital empires in the countries and industrialism, development of technology, rationality. It's mean, as we have discussed earlier also, because capitalism was taking high, the demand for the profit was more, production was taking place as a mass scale, there was a search for new market, and the result for the search of new market was that the European countries, the European empire started funding the traveling, finding out new islands. The East India Company was also the result of that. The period of modernity and change in the European society is known as Enlightenment period. So all this modernity, changes, people thinking, their preferences, their choices, their industrialization, so it was all known as Enlightenment, a new awakening, a new way of thinking, a new way of working, new social values, new social norms, new institutions. Enlightenment period, it was a radical change from the traditional thinking, a new way of thinking in reality, and it also started the questioning every aspect of life. Earlier, which were considered sacred, sacrosanct, the church used to dominate, but now things become different. Enlightenment. Yes, the root of the ideas such as belief that both nature and society can be studied scientifically. Human beings essentially rational, and society built on the rational principle will make human beings to rationalize their infinite potential. During the Enlightenment period, it was found out that there is much similarity between the society and human beings. As the human beings evolved and they become much capable with time in the terms of their thinking capability, taking decision, in the similar way society also developed. The true nature of human being is being rational, and a society which is rational will be able to make its individual human resources more capable. The new outlook developed as a result of commercial revolution, scientific revolution, and it was crystallized during the French Revolution and Industrial Revolution, which gave birth to the sociology as a discipline. It is trying to sum up that all the things which were happening, that removal of traditionality, coming the modernity in the scene, commercial revolution, more profit was desired by the capitalist, scientific revolution, so that more and more production happen at a higher scale, at a higher level, which lead to the more profits. Then French Revolution. French Revolution lead to the liberty, fraternity, equality. It's mean much focus on the individual capacity. Industrial Revolution, finding out new market, the development of capitalism, the development of individualism. Because if you are an entrepreneur, if you have an idea, then you need to take risk. If you want to start a business, you need to believe in yourself. Then all the stuff which are happening, it lead to the birth of sociology. This particular one line is not explained well here, because we need much more stuff, that why and how sociology came into the scene. Yes, all these 4 events were responsible, but not only these 4 events. Something else also happened which led to the emergence of sociology. So this is not complete in itself. It will get complete when we will discuss that how this commercial revolution, scientific revolution, French Revolution led to the development of sociology. Why people think that they should go for sociology. So this is a question in itself. We will try to answer this question in our next lecture, because other stuff need to discuss to fulfill the void, to answer the question that we have created here. The next is that commercial revolution. It refers to a series of events between 1450 to approximately 800, and it signaled a shift from subsistent economy, stagnant economy, to an economy which is more integrated in a worldwide system and which is more dynamic. Earlier, as we have discussed, family was the unit of production. Production used to happen to fulfill the need of the family, not for the commercial purpose. But now the labor who used to work in a rural area now find himself with another people under one roof, which is known as factory system. Commercial revolution led to the expansion of trade and commerce. Now more material production was taking place. More choices were available. Expansion was a result of initiative which was taken by the certain European countries to develop and consolidate their economic and political power. It's mean various European countries like Spain, Portugal, Holland, England, they were taking initiative to expand this trade and commerce, because they want to consolidate their own position on commercial level, on economic and political level. They want to make them more strong, and for that they need market. If they are producing, then they need people who purchase their product and they can earn more profit. Portugal and Spain wanted to discover a route to the Orient. Orient means eastern part of the world, that would be independent of the Italian control. Earlier,